Can criminal illegal aliens remain in the U.S. on a technicality? A lawsuit brought by illegal aliens charged with crimes says yes, as long as an ICE agent failed to check the correct box on forms notifying them to appear in court. Chris Hajec of the Immigration Law Institute disagrees and talks to One America's John Hines.
The Immigration Reform Law Institute has brought an amicus brief before the Board of Immigration Appeals. Tell us what's going on.
The Board of Immigration Appeals is the appellate court for all the immigration courts, and it's trying to decide a case that aliens have brought who have been placed in removal proceedings. So they're claiming because the government agents who filled out their notice to appear forms did not check every box on the notice to appear form, that is somehow insufficient notice and their removal proceedings should be dismissed.
Could you unpack that a little bit? Why is this significant at this point in time?
There are a lot of aliens trying to stay here because on the ground that the ICE officers made a mistake and they didn't fill out the notice to appear form completely. What we point out in our brief is that the law itself, which is what controls here, not a federal government form, just says they have to get certain information, such as when the hearing is, where it is, and in general, what basis the government has for removing them. And they don't have to check every box on the form.
Why did you feel motivated in this instance to jump in here with an amicus brief to the Board of Immigration Appeals?
This case in particular, it's very important to know what the law actually says here rather than relying on a federal government form that isn't legally controlling.
And just for the record, what does the law here say?
The law here says that aliens have to be, who are going to removal proceedings, have to be notified of the time and place of the hearing and roughly the basis for their removal.
So it doesn't say anything about the boxes that need to be checked off on?
It doesn't say anything about boxes. The boxes are there so the agent can provide more information if he wants to, but they're not required at all. And it's not as though the agent hasn't completed the form completely. He's completed it completely if he's put on the required information.
Who is sort of making this happen? Who is bringing a cause of action?
These are aliens trying to halt their removal proceedings.
Talk about the precedent that might be set if some illegal aliens are successful in prosecuting this case.
It would further clog up the immigration system. We have millions in a backlog that are waiting to go through removal proceedings. We have many, many more who actually have final orders of removal against them, and they still have not been removed. In this and many areas, the problem is big backlogs and a decades-long buildup of something that's now become a crisis. The immigration lawyer advocates, the activist lawyers, are trying to increase the backlogs as much as possible and keep the system dysfunctional, often because that benefits their clients. But it's in the interest of the United States to get things going more efficiently.
Mr. Hajec, thank you very much for being on One America News.
Well, thank you very much.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.